Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to a new week at Oxford. I'm outside now, as you can see, because Eloise was just in my room getting ready, so I thought I'd start outside. Because if you watched my vlog, that will be out today for me, but if you watched last week's vlog, Eloise and Gaia got here over the weekend. So Eloise is staying with me for a while she's like apartment hunting in London, which is very fun. But I have a class this morning, so I'm just heading out to the English faculty. It's very rainy and sad, but I'm wearing my super colorful outfit today to brighten it up a bit. I just have palaeography, and then I do have a meeting, so I think I'm going to come back to Gab afterwards. But I do have a bunch of revision to do for the palaeography final, which is coming up, so that's fun. Guys, so it is Tuesday. I have a supervision meeting this morning, so I've left Eloise. I made her wake up very early, but I'm just heading to St. John's now, and then I think we're gonna meet at a cafe to work later. I like the fake working. Yeah. So it's now nearly 10:30. I had Merton exchange tonight. It was the home leg, and the meal was very good because I feel like people are very picky about Pembroke food, but I like it, and our exchange dinners are always good. Eloise is off camera watching me. That's why I look very suspicious.
I'm in my pajamas.
Yeah, she's in her pajamas, so she's out of screen. I don't know what the technical term is. I thought I did, and then I did not. But it was very nice. Merton people were very cool. We had the away leg already a couple weeks ago, so I gave the tour. I've added some stuff to the tour. Not really. But yeah, it was nice. Good meal. But I missed Anika's Chinese New Year dinner, which is too bad.
Very good. We ate a lot.
She was planning to order Chinese food. She invited a bunch of people, and then I went with her over the weekend to buy the snacks. And she went all out on the snacks.
She did. We ate
so I think it sounds good. Oh, is there any jelly left?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, she got like 2 big bags of jelly.
Unless she didn't open one bag.
It was like 2 handled
she
bags.
She just had them open on the table. I had one.
Maybe I ask her later if there's any jelly left. But yeah, so good day. I did get... I got this today in Waterstones. I wasn't going to get it because I saw this online, so I was curious if they had it, and I wanted to like read the synopsis. So I went and found it, and then I couldn't find it in the fantasy section, but then it was bothering me that I couldn't find it. So I was like, it might be in children's, because I think it's YA, and they don't actually have a young adult section, which is kind of weird. Yeah, Eloise just went, yeah, I wasn't gonna get it, but then I developed notions, and I did. But it's also technically young adult and it's paperback, so it's cheaper. Yeah. But this is Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft, who has written a couple of, I think, YA and adult fantasy novels before that are pretty big. I haven't read any of them yet, though. But this is about Queen Clarion. So for those in the know, she is part of the Pixie Hollow universe. Because you know how everybody has their favorite princess? I like the princesses, but I was a Tinkerbell kid. And this was like when we only had homicidal Tinkerbell from Peter Pan. Because I think I was a bit too old for the Tinkerbell movies, kind of when they came out. Like the first one, I feel like I remember watching that. And then I kind of watched some of the other ones because they were Tinkerbell, but it wasn't like my demographic anymore, and I was like, I want Tinkerbell to be unhinged, not nice. But what I think these are actually based on, I think this is part of the book universe, which I feel like is more niche. I feel like people don't know about the books, but I know about the books. I'll put a picture of them here. I read these a lot when I was a kid, and I loved them, and it's like the whole Pixie Hollow universe, like all the fairies with their like different nature talents, and Queen Clarion is like the queen of Pixie Hollow, and this is about her, and I've read the first 3 chapters, and she's like a governing talent fairy, and there's only one, so she's gonna be queen of Pixie Hollow, but she is like just very isolated, and then I think she like falls in love with a winter fairy, and the winter fairies don't interact with any of the other fairies. And I thought that, okay, this is gonna be like upper middle years, maybe younger YA, but I'm reading it for 10-year-old Cassidy. But I think it, like, I've only read 3 chapters, but I think it reads more, yeah, like YA, potentially even like
My level.
older YA. Like, it feels very like it doesn't feel like I'm reading a children's book so far, basically. That was my long ramble about it. But yeah, now I'm going to go to bed. Eloise, do you have anything?
No, I just love reading, and I'm so glad she got a book.
She loves the words.
I love the words.
She's like, the more words, the better.
Yep, the bigger the book, the happier I am.
She's gonna come to paleography with me tomorrow to learn more about how to write the words.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
That's my niche.
I feel that we should go to bed. Hello, everybody. It is Thursday now, so I didn't really film all that much yesterday because I just had my paleography class and then came back here. Well, I did a bunch of shopping because I put together like a prize basket that we're going to do a draw for at our Valentine's Day bop tomorrow, which I think is going to be quite fun. But I did that, and then I met up with Eloise, and we just came back here and like went downstairs and watched some Kitchen Nightmares, and yeah, had a very like chill day. So yeah, I had my paleography class. It was our last in-person like class before the test. So we were just doing revision, which I did find quite helpful because basically we were looking at plates and kind of like talking through how you would determine what script model it is and how you would date it. So I did like seeing that process kind of done in person because the dating is the thing that I've been the most sort of unsure about, or the thing that I'm like, how do you actually do this? Because the thing with paleography is that like a lot of the rules we talked about and a lot of like the idea of the script models are things that have been applied retroactively. So then they're not like hard and fast rules for determining which script model it is and what date it's from, especially like you talk to all the professors and they're like, okay, how would you like use the script to date the manuscript, or how like can you look at this letter form to determine date? And they're all kind of like, no, like I wouldn't really do that. It's not like a good way of dating. And you're like, okay, but I have to for the final. So, and I do think that like us doing it in person, like together and with him, kind of like, I was like, oh, okay, this seems like somewhat more manageable. And the test is gonna be, basically we'll get 3 plates. So 3 like images of pieces of manuscripts, and we have to transcribe so many lines of each. Then we have to make a determination about the script model and give a date within like 50 years. So I would love it if we could do all of that except for the date. That would be nice. And it'll be okay, but yeah, it'll just be more prep and practicing and stuff, so. But today I'm going to go, Eloise has gone into London to look at some apartments, and I'm going to go meet Tess for coffee, and then I think we're maybe gonna go to a library together. We'll see. We both have like a lot of stuff we want to do. I want to study for this paleography final and go over more readings for my last history class tomorrow. So yeah, gonna go out and meet Tess and get some work done. Hi guys, so checking in. I I had coffee with Tess at the Missing Bean, which is on Turl Street, which is like very close to the Radcam. So we met up there, chatted briefly, and then we both like locked in pretty quickly into our work. So we worked there for a bit, and then we went to the Radcam. And she left a bit earlier than me because she had a class, and then I stayed for like another hour. So I probably stayed there until about 3. Which it was really nice to see her. And also I really like studying with someone like that because I find that I'm more productive, or like I get distracted less easily, surprisingly. At least like when I'm working with someone in a library like that, because like the Radcam is not a good, it's very much like a silent library, like no one's there kind of like chatting and working. So yeah, I just found that I find that I get distracted less easily, like I don't look at my phone as much when I'm with someone, or like, yeah. So that was quite good. I feel like I got a good amount of stuff done. Then I came back here after she left, and I stayed there for a bit longer. And then I've come back here and ta-da! So I made this little fake gift card for 20 pounds off theater tickets because I got very invested in creating a door prize for tomorrow's Valentine's box. I was like, this will be so fun. So I got a basket. It is chock full of candy underneath. And then I got this little bear, he's holding candy. There's like a chocolate rose that's really cute. And then yeah, 20 pounds off. So our bops, the last couple, were not super well attended, but I'm hoping more people come tomorrow and they can enter to win this baby. So I think that'll be really cute and really fun. I did that. The wrapping, not great, but it's fine. But yes, now I will do more work. I had a little break, had some food, and now I type more. So I'm basically continuing to study for paleography and kind of going through my notes, putting everything together. I'm trying to like cohesively put stuff together, like organizing a timeline, what features exist or what features kind of like appear at what time. And it is kind of confusing just because it's not like consistent and it doesn't play hard and fast, I guess. Like, for example, like earlier textualis can look different than later textualis, but then some features will exist in both. So it's not like an exact system, which just makes it difficult to then like use in practice. 'Cause it's like fine to know that conceptually, but then to actually apply it is kind of difficult because it is to an extent kind of not subjective, but like things are malleable. So like here, I mean, this continues, like these are our slides from class, which is really nice that like they're provided, but this is like our timeline basically. So here I'm at the Proto-Gothic script. So it's showing how like up here, this is the beginning basically from 800 and it's descending kind of nicely, but then you have like random other scripts influencing other ones, and it's like, okay, well, when will it be Caroline minuscule and when will it be like Anglo-Saxon square or round minuscule, because they kind of all look sort of similar to me, especially like square minuscule and round minuscule. It's like the letter forms are very, very similar. It's just that round is like slightly rounder. But then I'm like, but when is it round minuscule and when is it Caroline minuscule? So, you know, it's like a whole thing. It is like interesting. It's just stressful when you know you're going to be tested on it. Like it's more fun to do without that pressure, I guess. So I don't know if I actually said hi this morning, but it's Valentine's Day, so I dressed in theme. I've actually already been to my last history class, so we were talking about a couple more saints. I'm not gonna lie, this week I found the readings, they weren't as like exciting, I think. Don't really know why, because one was kind of like, it felt like a heist. It was like some Indiana Jones nonsense of this guy like stealing relics and everything. I think maybe why it felt a bit more boring is because they were more about like passing the relics, and it was kind of more explicitly about like political connections and stuff, which is interesting, but I like when they're fighting demons too. I mean, there were demons in these ones. At one point in one of them, a demon like possesses a little girl, and they know that it's a demon because it's speaking in Latin and the girl doesn't know how to speak Latin and her family doesn't know, so that's how they're like, well, it's clearly a demon. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, we have a break in classes from that one for next week, and then we're doing presentations. And I think they only have to be like 5 minutes, but we have to make a handout. And the thing that's going to be a bit rough at the end of the semester is that my 5 to 6,000 word paleography essay is due on Thursday of 10th week, and then Friday of 10th week is the 6,000 word history paper. But the kind of nice thing is that they're making us get a full draft in for history by 7th week. So it won't be that fun leading up to it, getting it written, but at least I'll have like a full draft. So then it's just edits after that. So while I'm probably more deep in like writing and drafting my paleography essay, I'll basically have like, I won't have major things to do for the history essay, hopefully, unless they're like, you should rewrite this entire thing. But that would be sad, so I hope that that's not what happens. But right now I'm just studying more for paleography because I had that class and then I had research methods. So last time we had that, I had to present on my dissertation. So now I'm done, so it was other people presenting about it. Yeah, so I'm making some flashcards of paleography. So these are like different letter forms. This is an open top A, not a U, from insular minuscule, and a teardrop or pointed A, also from insular minuscule. And these are like 800s, 900s. And then these are P's. And sometimes they write P's that kind of look like R's. And then like the bowl slowly closes over time. So that's fun. Yeah, just making flashcards on the scripts and stuff. I'm trying to get things straight. Eloise brought me a pink donut because she's my Valentine. She's filming. Yeah, there we go. I'm forcing Eloise to come be a swap-in social sec because she's...
I'm her Valentine.
Yeah, I'm recruiting Eloise to help me set up, and with my prize, which I'm very, very invested in, so people better show up. I'm wearing a heart top, and Eloise's feathers, she wore feathers and jeans and was like, is this too much? And before, I was wearing sequin pants.
And I was like,
I turned around, I was like...
Too much for everyone else.
Yeah, I give great feedback.
Yeah.
But yes, we're gonna head out, set up, and bully people into coming.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh, God, I know. Hi, everybody. So to check in, if we want to get pedantic, it's actually Sunday. We had a really good bob on Friday night, which was awesome. A lot of people turned up, which I was very excited about because I'm social sec, so bobs are kind of my thing. And yeah, it was really good. We had a good turnout, and we stayed there for quite a while before Eloise and I went to piano bar for a bit. But it was like later, and we were both kind of tired, and we just like sat and listened to a few songs, and then came home. Then today, I studied a bit in the afternoon and everything for paleography, so I was doing that. And then the three of us, me, Eloise, and Anika, headed into London because one of our friends is having like a Valentine's party. So we went to that in the evening and we just caught the last train back. So yeah, we had a really good time. The party was very fun, good vibes. Hello, everybody. So it is Sunday today. It's actually like almost 7 in the evening because today's just been extremely boring. To watch because I've literally just been studying for paleography. It's cool. I've been doing like better with the transcriptions today, which is good. Or not like, I wasn't ever like that terrible at the transcriptions, but I'm like, okay, I feel more confident doing this. So for the only things that I've like occasionally messed up is sometimes I don't know when it's a thorn and when it's a P and when it's a win because they all basically look the same in some script models, but that's just like context clues. And once I like am like, oh, that was supposed to be that, then I'm like, okay, that's fine, then I can do it for the rest. And sometimes abbreviations are weird because I know there are rules for abbreviations, but sometimes it's just based on vibes. Like they kind of will put, so often when it's like a thorn abbreviation, that's like they're abbreviating AT. So thorn looks like a P, just with like a longer stem, and it sounds like th. So when they do thorn abbreviation mark, that's expanded going to be that. So that one's like really easy to recognize. But then like in the one I just did, they abbreviated VER. And I was like, excuse me? So you just kind of have to like be able to read the whole word, which with some is easier than others. So like this one where it was VER, at first I was irritated because I was like, excuse me, V? You're abbreviating a V? But it was SOU, abbreviation mark, AYNE. So the word is supposed to be sovereign, however you would pronounce it with the accent. I can't do the accent. So it's then, because then you know like what the word is, you can know that it's abbreviating VER. But something else that kind of makes it tricky sometimes is that sometimes V's are U's and sometimes U's are V's. And you never know. Well, someone would know. I don't know. Figured it out. Dating is still like a bit tricky. I still like always want to look at my notes to confirm because there's just like so many details. It's like, does the A kind of look like this? And in what years does the A usually start looking like that? I'm decent at like recognizing the script models, but yeah, the dating is just like the trickiest part. So that's fun. I feel like you can kind of tell what script model it's going to be, like just based on looking at the manuscript overall. Like I can tell, like, for example, this manuscript is an Anglo-Saxon round minuscule. I can tell that it's like an Anglo-Saxon one. Like I can tell that it's older. So generally the Anglo-Saxon, there's pointed, square, and round. And between all of those, it goes from like 880 to 1100. And I can tell it's round, like it's literally the shape of the letters. Like Anglo-Saxon pointed minuscule is pointier. Anglo-Saxon square minuscule, it's square. Anglo-Saxon round minuscule is more round. So then, but then I know it's Anglo-Saxon round, but then Anglo-Saxon round sort of like generally goes from about 950, 960 to 1100. And then obviously there's like overlap in there. Those aren't like hard date limits. So then you're kind of looking at letter forms to see like, okay, is this pulling later or earlier for that script model? So this one, I think that I said that it pulled later. Like we have to date within 50 years. So I think I said like 1000 to 1050, or what did I say? I said like 975 to about 1025. I'm not really sure. So something, like one thing that you can look at that's kind of cool if you're into that kind of thing. Oh yeah, so this would be like a that, I think. What did I say? There, that, yeah. But then this is a win. So that's not a P, that is representing a W. I'm trying to find a Y to show you. Yeah, so like this is a Y. So you can see that it's dotted. So they started dotting the Ys around the 930s. So then I'm like, okay, so it's probably not, you can't really date on like one thing alone, but I'm like, okay, so then it's probably not early Anglo-Saxon round unless like it is. We've got like the curled G. So like this is a G. And this shape, like you call it a curled G because the way it curls around. And that's generally like the second half of the 950s and into the thousands. So yeah. So it's just like remembering all those details and remembering what date it goes with can be like trickier. But that's what I'm working on now. And I have that test tomorrow morning. So I know I've been talking about it a lot this week. Check in on the next vlog to see how I think I did. I won't actually get the results for like a month or two, which kind of sucks because like for this one they do say like it's pass fail. There are like very few people fail it, but if you do, you can take it again. Which is nice, like if you fail, they're not just like, haha, sucks to suck, that they'll give you the chance to retake it. I will let you know how I think I did. But I won't actually know for a couple of months. So it would be nice if like the turnaround time was faster, but generally marking at Oxford takes a very long time. Like I still haven't gotten my like feedback / tentative mark from my Beowulf essay that I did, and I submitted that like in December. So things just do like take a long time. I don't think that the test will be like as long as it takes to mark the essays, hopefully. Eloise has gone into London, so I'm alone today studying. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end the vlog here because, again, I'm just like studying all day, not doing anything cool. And there I showed you a little bit. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next vlog. Hopefully the test goes well. Oh, I look naked. Good angle on me. This one, it looks different in person than it does on the video, to be fair. But I'm not naked.